Let's just do it. I try not to do like a double video day, but for a Minecraft movie, I had to. I had to do 2 videos today to get into this fever dream of a movie. Let's just get into it, honestly, and spoiler free, of course. Y'all, this thing is gonna make $1 billion. I can feel it in my bones. First and foremost, before I get into my review, I just wanna say this film knows exactly who its audience is, and it is speaking directly to that audience. It has no interest in expanding or changing people's minds. It knows who is here for the Minecraft movie, and it is speaking directly to them. And I have to give it props for that. My press screening was filled with families and kids, primarily young boys, and they were having a great time. The core audience of this is responding to it well, and I think at the end of the day, that is what matters. That is what's important. A lot of critics I know brought their kids, and I was talking with the kids after, and they loved it. They were bouncing off the walls. They had a great time. And you know what? Great. That being said, wow, this movie is a fever dream. I felt delirious walking out of the theater. I felt utterly delirious. I don't know a lot about Minecraft. I had aged out of that demographic long before those games hit, so I can't really tell you like how it holds up as an adaptation. However, this is a movie about 4 misfits struggling with ordinary problems, and they are suddenly pulled into a mysterious portal into the overworld, a cubic wonderland that thrives on imagination. To get back home, they have to master this world while embarking on a magical quest with an unexpected expert crafter named Steve, played by Jack Black. I don't know the logistics of this world. I don't know like what the games are about. So I was kind of like, what is going on? But despite my lack of knowledge on the property and that barrier, I do think it makes it easy enough for like outsiders and parents to kind of like have an in and follow it narratively. I don't think you need to know any crazy deep lore going in. The script is rough. It's very rough. I didn't go into a Minecraft movie expecting like philosophical brilliance. I didn't expect it to be like this super smart movie, but it's kind of baffling at times. I will say there are moments where you can tell it's really trying to do like the Lego movie thing where it's got kind of this self-awareness, this meta humor, and at those points the movie can elicit some chuckles. It did out of me. When it is being self-aware and acknowledging how ridiculous this is, I do think it is stronger. But then when it shies away from that, it gets bogged down by not funny jokes. It gets bogged down by way too much exposition. I think there's 5 minutes of Jack Black just like narrating how this world works and how he got there, and it's like too much already off the bat. Speaking of Jack Black, I kind of found him to be insufferable in this. He is just doing that thing he does. Let's go. Every gesture is it's just he's doing the same thing he's been doing for the last 10 years. I really like Jack Black. I love like a lot of his older work. I think he's a great physical performer, and this is just like really grating. It's too much, and he's in so much of it. Jason Momoa, I went back and forth on. I think he is having a silly time. I did love his little cartoonishness that he brought here and there, but nothing special. I was very confused why Danielle Brooks' character was there at all. She had nothing to do. I wish she had more to do. Jennifer Coolidge, for me, is the big standout. Her character is very inconsequential, but her arc is like the funniest part, and so nonsensical, but in like a fun way. I also thought Emma Myers and Sebastian Hansen, who play Natalie and Henry, were really solid. I'm gonna say visually, I thought this was probably gonna be an eyesore. I was anticipating that. And actually I thought a lot of the effects and the creature designs worked really well. Specifically, I think Margosha, the evil pig witch character, I think she looked great. Honestly, I think a lot of those characters looked great. What happens is, though, they get in a frame with like an actual human, and then things start to look wonky. The green screen stuff starts to look a little but when it is just the animation alone, it actually looks pretty impressive, which leads me to wonder why they didn't just make this an animated movie in the first place, but I'm not in charge. Yeah, there's a couple of songs here and there that really derail the whole thing because, Jack Black has to sing. There's a lot of moments, of course, where we like have to stop the plot and explain what we're doing and tying it back into like the Minecraft games. But again, I'm not the intended audience for this, and the Minecraft fans in my theater, whenever they like pulled back to the games, were like really excited in like a very genuine way. This movie is rough. It is an eyesore. It is so just, it's so nonsense. But also, like, if fans love it, sure, great. what the hell, sure. I ended up giving it 1 star. I'm gonna say this though. It's a 1 star film, but it's never boring. I was absolutely never bored. And yes, like I was entertained because me and my friends were bewildered and like laughing at that too. But like I was never bored during this movie. I've seen a couple movies this year that are bad and absolutely boring and dull. At least this has a lot going on. And I know that's very Coco Lemon of me to be like, ooh, fun, something's happening. But yeah, I was never bored. I understand why younger kids are going to be entertained by this, but I need to stop jumping through hoops to defend this movie. It's rough. But sorry, I'm exhausted from this movie. My screening was at 11 a.m. I had a Slurpee and a bag of Reese's Pieces to like really get in the mood, and now I'm crashing. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you do all the things you're supposed to do with a YouTube video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, follow me everywhere, and I'll see you on the next one.